We just got the first impressions by WavHello, and we are really excited to open it so that we can do our child's hand and footprint along with a couple of pictures.
Because they're only little for a little while. Let's take a look at what's inside the box.
All right, first we have 3 packets of clay. We have the tray and then the letters, and you can put together a stamp with your child's name or really whatever you want to put in the clay next to the hand or footprints. We have a wooden roller to help smooth out the clay, double-sided tape for the photos, and then do you want to take out the frame?
And that's what it's going to look like.
It's a really beautiful frame. I love the simplicity of it.
We also like the color white because most nurseries usually have a lot of white in them, including ours. Also inside is this handy sheet that also talks about the contents, and it talks about pro tips, which we will definitely be using when we are making this.
All right, so next we'll plan how we will put this together. So we're thinking we'll do it similar to the example here with a hand and a footprint in the middle.
And I've already picked out the pictures that we're going to be putting in the frame. And the name of our baby, I think, will go right here in the bottom corner.
That'll look perfect.
Next, we're going to take the frame apart so we can start. The clay will be going right inside this rectangle, and the clay, when it does go in, will fill a little bit past halfway once we put it in. It's not meant to go all the way up to the top.
So the kit comes with some great pro tips that are really handy. A few that we've already done is washing your hands thoroughly, that way you keep the clay clean. And
it's really important that the clay does not touch the surface of what you're working on, because you don't want it to pick up any dust particles or whatever else might be sitting on the surface.
Right. Another great tip is, if possible, have your baby asleep. It'll make it a lot easier to be able to make the impressions of their hands or feet.
Now I'm going to knead the clay for about 3 minutes.
So it takes some patience. You want to make sure the clay is as smooth as possible. And we mentioned this earlier, but another pro tip is having the name stamp prepared ahead of time. It does take a while because you have to cut out each of the letters, so you don't want the clay drying during that time.
The clay is really soft and it's really easy to work with. I'm going to set aside a little bit of the clay just in case during the drying process we see any cracks. We can add that in later.
And in the pro tip section, they suggest putting it back in one of these foil packets for safekeeping.
So the clay has been well kneaded, and now I am going to put it down in the frame. I'm going to use my hands to spread the clay to all corners. And then I'm going to use the roller to help me. The clay is all nice and smooth and ready for a hand and foot.
All right, so we are ready. Charlotte is not sleeping, but she's pretty easygoing, so this will work just fine.
We are ready for her hand and footprint, and we already have her name ready to go.
Hand or foot first?
Let's do the foot first.
All right.
And since we're following this guide, I'm just going to have it in front of us so I can see. The hand and the footprint are done, so now all it's time to do is add the name. The name is in, and we are all done.
Now it will dry for several days, so another one of the pro tips is to not leave it in direct sunlight or in any drafty areas.
Now I'm going to use the double-sided tape to tape her little pictures in the frame. Her pictures are in and ready to go.